I fell for these horrible credit traps, but you don't have to. If you have a store credit card in your wallet right now, I'm going to say something that might hurt, but you need to hear it. That little piece of plastic is one of the biggest scams the banks have ever pulled on you, and it's probably wrecking your credit score, draining your wallet, and keeping you stuck in a cycle you'll never win. And I know because I fell for it. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. In fact, I fell for all 5 of the credit card traps I'm about to show you today. So if you care about your money, if you care about your credit score, and you don't want to keep getting played by the banks, watch this video to the end. Because the last trap, the one nobody talks about, is the one that kept my credit score in the gutter for years. So let's get into this video. Now, mistake number 5 is travel credit cards when you don't even travel, fam. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was watching TV and I saw an ad and it was people sipping some champagne in first class, and I thought, that's gonna be me. So I signed up for a premium travel credit card, $95 annual fee, fancy looking metal card. I didn't even stop to think that I only travel maybe once a year. And the worst part, I never earned enough points to cover the annual fee. Those points, some of them, they do expire depending on the credit card. That $95 fee, that's every single year. And when I finally tried to redeem points for flights, there were blackout dates. So if you don't travel more than a few times a year, you don't need a travel rewards credit card. Get a card that actually fits your lifestyle. That's the part that nobody wants to tell you. If you drive a lot, get a gas rewards credit card. If you buy groceries and eat out, get cash back. But don't let slick marketing sell you something that doesn't make sense for your life. Okay, pause for a second. Be honest with me. How many of you have a travel credit card collecting dust right now? Drop a comment below if that's you. Now, moving on to mistake number 4, no sign-up bonus and no features. This is one of the biggest ones that I fell for. Everyone's saying, you gotta get more credit cards. You need more credit cards. It'll build your credit score faster. That's not true. They were all lying. I had no idea what they were talking about. I get it. You get a shiny offer in the mail. It looks official. Has big bold headline. You're pre-approved. You feel important when you see it. I felt important when I see it. So what happens? We sign up. And what did we get? A plain credit card with no sign-up bonus, no points, no perks, no nothing. I didn't even get an offer for cash back. If your credit card isn't giving you something for signing up, like $200 in reward points or miles or whatever it may be, or cash back, after you spend a certain amount, you're getting robbed. And if it doesn't reward you for your regular spending, why even have it? Don't let the banks make money off of you while giving you nothing in return. If you're gonna play the game, make sure you're winning something too. Again, let's repeat this again. There has to be some type of reward for it to make sense. Or else, what's the whole point of having the credit card? It's useless. You might as well use your debit card. The only difference is you get more protections with using a credit card. Moving on to mistake number 3, cards with big annual fees that give nothing back. I know, this one hurts even more, right? I truly thought paying a big annual fee meant I was getting a better card. I mean, it must be premium if it costs money every year, right? Wrong. And like I said before, one of my first credit cards had a $95 annual fee and nothing to show for it. No lounge access, no elite status, no travel insurance, no concierge, literally nothing. It was like I was paying a cover charge just to get in and spend more money. Listen, annual fees can make sense, but only if you're actually using the benefits. If you're paying $95 but earning $500 in rewards, great. But if you're paying $95 and earning $50 in rewards, you're losing. The math ain't mathing. You have to run the math. Make sure the card pays you more than you pay it. I want to give a special shout out to all my beasters out there that are working hard to fix their credit using Dispute Beast, the most advanced AI credit repair software ever created that comes with a 110% money back guarantee. But specifically to Tanya. Tanya's credit score went up 289 points after just one round with Dispute Beast. And Christian's credit score went up 366 points after just one round with Dispute Beast. And let's not forget about Allison. Allison's credit score went up 204 points after just one round with Dispute Beast. Dispute Beast link is going to be in the video description and pinned at the top of the comments for anyone that needs to fix their credit. Now moving on to number 2, the infamous store credit cards. This is the one that makes me mad just when I think of it. Store credit cards, I feel like we should call them the devil. deal. Because let's be honest, we've all been there. You're at a checkout. The cashier asks, would you like to save 15% today by opening a store credit card? Of course you say yes. Who doesn't want a 15% off? But here's what nobody tells you. Every time you open a new store credit card, you're lowering your average age of your credit accounts. And that's 15% of your score. That 15% discount just costs you years in good credit history. And on top of that, store credit cards come with insane interest rates, 28, 30%, sometimes even higher. And after that first day, the perks are just complete garbage. Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, a lot of people don't want to admit it, but I'll go ahead and say it. You're stuck with a card that hurts your score, drains your wallet, and does nothing for you. I had a Macy's card years ago. That one little card dropped my score 20 points overnight and cost me hundreds in interest. If you take only one thing from this video, please say no to store credit cards. I'm not gonna lie, okay? I was in Neiman Marcus and I was shopping, and I usually go there for colognes and stuff, and the sales lady was like, hey, do you have a Neiman Marcus card? You shop here a lot. And I looked at it, I was like, oh no, I don't. As a matter of fact, well, you should totally get one. And I was so close to falling for it. I got mad at myself. Yo, how did you almost fall for that? You're way too smart, Mike. So don't feel guilty, okay? Because it happens to everybody, and they almost got me again, but not today, Neiman Marcus. And the number one mistake that people make with their credit goes to cards that don't fit your lifestyle. Because truly, it is the biggest trap of them all, is getting credit cards that don't match your life. They have to align with how you spend your money and where you spend your money and what you plan on doing for that year or in the future. Listen, you work hard for your money. Every card in your wallet should be there for a reason. If you don't eat out, don't get a dining card. If you don't travel, don't get a travel card. If you're starting out, don't go chasing premium cards yet. You have to learn the game first. It's the biggest mistake that people make. They start getting a good credit score. I feel like it's the moment people cross the threshold of a 660 and then a 680, you hit a 700, you're like, yo, I can get anything. And then you get declined, you're like, yo, why didn't they give me that credit card? Or you get the card, and again, card does not match your habits. And watch how much more you can get out of them if they actually match your lifestyle and your habits. Last part's the most important. A great example, my son just turned 19 and he's like, yo, dad, you know what I mean? My credit score is like a 765. What credit card should I get next? I looked at him with the straightest face. I was like, none. You don't need any other credit cards. But shouldn't I have more credit cards? No, you don't need more credit cards. Listen, I have 51 credit cards, so you don't have to. This is not necessary. You only need to have at the most 3 to 5 credit cards that you know that you're going to use on a consistent basis and they make sense for your lifestyle. My son was like shocked. He was like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, he's like, I always thought it was silly that you had all those credit cards. It made no sense to me. Yeah, it's only because I do this for a living. I want to actually get experiences with these banks and these credit card companies to know how they react, how they give credit limit increases, how they treat you with customer service. We need to have all that information, all that data to come back and give you real information. Otherwise, I mean, we're just talking about a credit card that we have no clue how it actually operates and how the bank really truly treats people. Listen, I made all of these mistakes when I started, but you don't have to. I can't stress that enough to you. If you want real advice on how to grow your credit score, build your future, and stop letting banks take advantage of you, make sure to hit that like button right now. Don't let one dumb mistake wreck your score for years. Be smarter than I was, and I'll help you every step of the way. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We covered the top 5 biggest credit card traps to not fall for, because I want to keep you safe and keep that credit score high. Now, if you have any collections or charge-offs that you're trying to delete from your credit report, make sure to watch this video right here, because it will show you how AI can do it all for you, and it comes with the 110% money back guarantee. And if you felt that I brought you some value in this video, make sure that you don't forget and subscribe to increase your credit score.